Hello and welcome back to CS38 Racing. Before we get into this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you like the video. Okay, so we've got a bit of a gear up theme here, so this is what our GP wall is. Falon is saying that we could have gone better, and we need to recharge our batteries for next year. Let's say, see you next season. Let's keep it cordial. There's no need to start a fight with anyone here. I don't think we need to be making any more fights than we have to. I think it makes sense to stay on the good side of everyone here. Okay, Munoz says we're living up to expectations, but we could need to find a solution for Valencia. We're doing well, but we know that other teams work like ours to close the gap. We'll continue to work hard to always do better. I think this is a good response. Keeping it cordial. He's happy. Falon's meh. Asman's meh. Yamanaka's meh. Munoz is happy. So Munoz is happy overall, and I think that is good because it could set us up for the next season. So we're going into Valencia. We've got practice, sunny, all the way through to the race, which looks like it could be mixed conditions. I'm kind of ruining the mixed condition races right now. It is throwing us off a little bit, but let's have a look at how we've gone so far in this season. So we're sitting 8th last season, I believe it was, or where we're currently sitting in the standings. So that's a good start. Then we were 4th in Malaysia, which is currently our highest ranking. Then we were 12th in LaSalle, which wasn't too bad, but we need to see if we can improve that here in Valencia. So you guys know the drill. We'll see you down in qualifying. I meant we got recap of practices first, my bad. So we ended 10th in the first practice here. We're holding some good pace. Hopefully we can continue this through the weekend. I've got it just on standard settings and the bike's feeling good. Let's move on to Peak 2 recap. So we've got some footage here of one of our good laps. So you can see there we've done 6 laps in total, the best so far being a 142.503, but we're currently 5/10 up into the first sector of Valencia, which is pretty good because this is good if the race is going to be possibly a dry race or a mixed conditions race. We might have the opportunity to break out front and run a good pace. So normally Valencia isn't a track I enjoy too much. It's normally a track that I find quite difficult. It's a track that I find is quite tight braking that I don't really like. It just doesn't really suit my riding style. But seemingly with the physics here and after spending quite a few laps, we seem to be finding our way with making a better effort this time round into the qualifying session. So hopefully that's something that can help us overall. So we've come around into this final sector. We're roughly 2/10 up on our previous lap time, so we're currently sitting in second. Let's see if we can bring this across the line to an improvement, and it looks like we can. We managed to do a 142.035. So overall, we're feeling good on the bike. In practice 2, we put in some really good race pace, and we're feeling quite confident that we're going to have strong race pace on the Sunday. So that puts us in second for the session. We're 0.001 off Halgado. But let's see if we can continue this pace into practice 3. So in a practice 3, we managed to do a 141.869 is our strongest time so far. So we have definitely started to pick up the pace as we start to iron out issues for the qualifying session, as the qualifying session is going to be crucial. So with that being said, let's have a look at our time. So we're currently sitting in first. We've got a couple of laps there, a little bit all over the place, but hopefully we're good for qualifying. So coming into P3, we're overall sitting in first. and let's see if we can keep this pace going into qualifying. So in qualifying, we're sitting in first, so we're going straight into the top session of qualifying. This is really good, as we have the opportunity to make our way on the grid from the top positions, as opposed to the last couple of races where we have been starting at the back and having to fight our way through on Yamanaka. So we've already got a bit of the advantage here on Yamanaka, which I think is really good, because it could give us some extra points going into a contract season for next year. Okay, so we're down here in run 1. We've done a couple of laps, but we just clipped the green, so we had invalidated lap times. So there was no point putting that in here, so I just jumped forward to our first flying laps to see how we're going to go. I'm already feeling quite confident. We've got a soft front on and a soft rear. The soft front is overheating a little bit, but it still feels okay. So we come into the Nico Tirol corner, and you've got to really sort of hold a tight line into turn 5. You can do multiple lines here, but I prefer to take a tight line. That's something that I prefer to do, and seems to suit my riding style currently with this track. It's a little bit hard on acceleration, as in it's hard to get good acceleration out of the corners, but corner speed is quite good. So we're 0.6 up at the moment on Artigas' time of a 143.137. So we know that we can do faster than this, because in our P3 we did a 141. So we do feel confident that we have the ability to put ourselves into the positions for the first race, and that we feel that we will put ourselves in a position quite confidently to be able to fight for the race. So we're 9/10 up coming into the final sector. Now this is a really tricky bit. You want to try and keep as much corner speed as possible, at the same time as not running too wide. Something that is a bit more difficult with the new physics in GP23, but ultimately I think this is something that once you put some practice in, you'll be able to learn quite quickly how it works. Okay, so we're coming on to our first flying lap here, and we're doing quite well. It's looking quite good. We are 0.8 up on Artigas' time with a 142.269. Alright, so this is run 2 for qualifying, and we are currently trying to... We're 0.4 up, so Farioli, surprisingly, has put in quite a good lap time there. And we're just trying to see if we can improve or strengthen our lead in the front here. So we come down into turn 2, we're braking quite hard, putting the bike into second, and then we just try and pull out and feather the throttle through this section to try and maintain high corner speed. And just clipping the apex there, because it's quite easy to run yourself deep into that corner, and same with these corners. But to get some really good runs, you need to come in nice and close to the apex and just really bring yourself into that apex to sort of get to the exit as best you can. So as we come down this sort of semi-back straight at Valencia, we come into this final section where you're hard braking whilst turning. Very easy to lose the front here, so you have to be really careful about how much front brake you're applying, as you don't want to lose time by either running wide or losing the front and completely losing a lap. This can also be said for this corner, turn 11. It's also quite tricky to get the apex right, to try and get the right exit speed. There's a few different lines you can take. Currently we're 0.2 up on our previous lap time, so this is a good start. As we come into turn 13, the long turn 13, which gives spectacular views on camera of the GP bikes. And you brake hard down into turn 14, or the Adrian Campos corner. And we're 0.5 up according to the time at the moment, so we'll just see how that comes across the line, as we will probably lose some due to acceleration. Nope, we managed to go into a 141.502. So that managed to put us in a really good position. We've managed to get pole. It's an excellent way to round off the season and put us in a good spot for the final race of the year, and hopefully pick ourselves up some contracts. Okay, so we're down here in the race. We're going to run a medium front and a soft rear. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're liking this video so far. It really lets us know that you like what we're doing here at the channel. It keeps us motivated to keep putting out some more videos for you, and always give it a thumbs up. It's free, and it just lets us know how much you love the channel. Alright, so let's get down into this race. We have to absolutely go for it. We've had the pace all weekend, so hopefully we can break the pack and run out the front and have a very sort of, I guess, Sasaki style race, if you want to look at it that way, or probably even more a Fenardi style race, and how it used to be in the old days when Fenardi was quite dominant in Moto3. So we take off. We've got a pretty good start here. The AI are pretty strong on their starts, and we're managing to... we're up the inside of Holgado there, so we need to really make sure that we can maintain a break, because if we can get over a certain amount race distance, their race will be declared. So if we can break off to the front and hopefully make the lap counter be more than two-thirds distance, then we can actually be declared a winner, which would be really good to have a win in our rookie season, so to speak. So we're holding a pretty good line here. We're 3/10 up on Holgado. Moreira's in third, and I'm not entirely sure where Yamanaka is, but by the look of it, if we're 2 seconds ahead of him, he might be sort of around the top 10 sort of pace by the look of it. So now we've really just got to try and hold this pace here and ensure that we just keep hitting our brake markers and just stay consistent and really try and lead the race from the front, just like we were doing in practice. We can ensure that we're hitting good times, hitting our brake markers, staying really consistent and even with the tyre wear, so that we can ensure we have consistent grip throughout the race. So we're coming out of this first time round into turn 13 and turn 14, and we're doing quite well. We're 8/10 up on the rest of the field. We look like we're cruising pretty much. It looks like we've got a comfortable lead here, and we can continue to develop upon that lead and manage that gap as we need it. So again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification to stay informed about all the videos coming out at CS38 Racing. So now that we're going into turn 2, the McDouan corner, we're 1.2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field with Holgado, Moreira, Masia, Otola, Sasaki, Suzuki, and Artigas. So Yamanaka seemed to drop a second, so he might be around that sort of 10, 11, 12 aspect of those sort of positions, which would be good for us because we did obviously lose out on the first challenge to Yamanaka, but hopefully we can continue to at least beat him here. Okay, so we're coming into the tricky turn 8, holding that line nice and tight on the inside there. Flick it into turn 10 and start braking for turn 11 to try and hit a tight apex to give ourselves a good run into turn 12. So no spots of rain yet, so this is really a positive sign, because if it was starting to rain, I'd be starting to worry, because we have not had a good record with any wet races. Oh, we just go into the green there, so we have a track warning. We haven't been too great in the wet races, which has affected us a little bit, so hopefully the rain does stay away and we can get ourselves our first win of the season. We also have lost a little bit of time there. Holgado's 0.5, or now Moreira's made a move for second, and they're 0.5 behind us. So hopefully we can extend this gap coming into the next few set of corners, so that we can ensure that we're well and truly ahead if anything is to take place if the rain starts to fall. I was trying to say, whoa, my words. Okay, so we're coming out of turn 3 here. We're having a smooth race going into the Acknowledgements. Oh, we've got some spots of rain. This is a little bit concerning. We're just going to have to keep pushing on and pushing as hard as we can. See if we can get the race to be past the deemed race distance and declare the race. But Diego Moreira has got the fastest lap so far of this race. We've only managed to do a 42.8, so he's 4/10 quicker. Currently, as you can see, the gap to Moreira is sitting at about 2.5, 0.2 of a second, as we sort of start to get a little bit weary about what we should do with this range. Should we keep pushing? The bike's feeling good, but if I push and make a mistake, I don't think I really hit the green there, but anyway, the bike was feeling quite good, but now that there's drops of rain, you start to think, is the track going to be slippery in certain sections where you really need to have confidence in the front tyre around this tight and twisty circuit of Valencia. And just dropping into turn 1. Oh, we're out wide there. We were on the green for sure that time. I will accept that. But this rain is not easing up, so it's going to start raining, and it's going to keep raining. And we are at, if we could just get around and do another lap, we would be able to have a race declared, but the rain is starting to get heavier, and I don't know if we're going to make it around for the next lap, but we are still leading at least, so we will, if we do get a race restart in the wet, we will be starting from pole, which would be good. Would also directly, oh, there we go, red flag. So we are going to be starting from the front of the grid, and it's going to be wet. Okay, so with the wet tyres, we've only got the medium options, front and rear, that's all we can really do, and we're just going to have to go for it and see what we can do. Just checking that there was no anything on that didn't need to be on, like any trajectory aids or anything like that, but that doesn't seem to be the case, so we're just going to have to jump straight into the race and see how we go. Okay, the lights are on, we're ready to go. Put it into power mode 2, see if we can get off the line without too much wheel spin, and we have lost out a little bit there. Probably not the greatest start from us. But anyway, we've got 5 laps to go. And let's see if we can... Oh, we're twitching and weaving there to the inside. Sasaki's got a good restart this time. He's definitely putting himself in the positions to fight. And... few riders have their rain suits on, a few riders don't, so that's kind of interesting. There we go, let's see if we can start to... Oh, nope, the bike doesn't feel as stable in the wet conditions. It likes to twitch and move around, as we have seen it do when we were in Malaysia. When I tried to explain when we were in Malaysia, that sort of feeling, it seems to be doing that again here. As soon as we get into a slower part of the corner, the bike starts to do this sort of back and forth wiggling motion between the front and the rear wheels. But anyway, keeping ourselves on Halgado here, we're looking to make a move up the inside of Halgado, and we've dropped it. We're just pushing too hard on that left-hand front coming into turn 8. A very dangerous corner, and our Valencia woes continue here. Now let's see if we can at least latch onto the back here of the group and try and salvage some points, some valuable points for the final race of the championship, and just see how we go. We really got to keep our concentration here. To catch up to this group. Okay, we're 1.2 seconds off. I think it's Furasato. Yeah, so really gonna have to. Excuse me. Really gonna have to. We're starting to close a little bit, so that would be good if we can close onto the back of this group. Oh, but we've run wide there. That's gonna lose us some time, and we're gonna get another track limits warning. So we are catching back up. We managed to get a pretty good line through there, but we twitch on the outside, on the exit, and it really makes us lose some momentum there, as again the bike starts to buck and weave in the middle of the corner. It just does not feel the same level of stability as the AI seem to have. So let's see if we can latch onto some slipstream here behind Anna Carrasco and Florisato. Oop, we managed to get past Carrasco, and we just ensuring that we don't lose the front there again. Don't want to make the same mistake twice. We definitely have the pace to be up around and overtaking Florisato. Oh, but we've run deep here, and that bike just does that weaving problem again, and we just lose so much time because the bike doesn't seem to want to turn or do anything when it's in that state. Oh, we're too hot into there. That's definitely going to give us the track limits. Oh, okay, it didn't give us the track limits warning, so we must have dropped enough time so that it didn't directly affect our race. But it's not looking like a good turnaround here at Valencia. From hero to zero, really. This race is probably best described as hero to zero. But anyway, that's racing, and that's the way, life is. There's ups and downs, and you just got to accept it. You got to accept it. Ooh, on the brakes there. Really pushing to catch up to this group. Oh, a bit of a wheelie there. That's lost us some more momentum, and that's, okay, that causes us to have a long lap penalty. Which at this stage, it's just being quite ridiculous. This where the race is not working for us, so we need to figure something else out coming into the next season, because we could not continue to have these abysmal form in wet races. It's just not realistic. It's not how you're going to win a championship. So we've really got to keep ourselves maybe doing some practice in the wet. Hopefully some wet sessions come up. Oh, there we go. There it does it. That was just a continuation of that back and forth motion. It was no different to how I entered the corner any other time, and it just absolutely spits us off, and just no feeling. Absolutely no feeling in the wet here. Let's try and do the long lap penalty. Got ourselves... Oh, no. We almost got ourselves out of it, but it just... again, the handling just didn't work. And it's just practically useless. And there we go. We've got another track limits warning. So, that's not too good for us. So now we're pretty much just waiting for this race to tick on, because we are not gaining any time. I mean, we're a long way off, 8 seconds off Finardi, and we have the penalty anyway to serve within 3 laps. So with a couple of laps remaining, it's probably not even worth serving it. Just take the penalty at the end of the race, and there we go. So unfortunately, this isn't the great end to the season that we wanted to have. Oh, just rounded out with another crash. Excellent. So with that being said, we hope we can pick up a ride in Moto3 next season. I don't necessarily know if I'd want to continue with this team or not. I think we might want to try a different team, see if the bike feels any better elsewhere. Because currently this bike is just not handling in the wet at all, and if there's going to be a lot more mixed condition races, well, I'd want to have a bit more stability, at least that we can have point salvages in the wet, as opposed to just nothing at all. See, like that, just nothing there we go. Absolutely handling like a piece of rubbish at the moment. Probably a mixture of my riding style and the physics in the wet, but it's just not working. So there we go, the current rider standings. Oh, I didn't notice that popped up. Actually, that's pretty cool. That's a cool little graphic there. The rider standings coming into Valencia, obviously meaning that they've started their last lap, and that's what the rider standings are going to be at the end of the season. Excuse me. So, let's get into this final lap and let's just take it how it is, because this is how it is. Alright, let's see if we can at least get a bit better feeling this final lap and hopefully salvage something from there. Okay. But anyway, guys, if you've been liking this series so far, don't be afraid to leave a comment down below. Comment which team you'd like to see us go into next year, or which team you might think we might sign up for. Whether we'll go for a already listed team or a what's called like a privateer or created team. It'll be interesting to see. I'd be interested to see what the created team is like. I've heard that you get a teammate, so I'd be interested in that aspect. But in saying that too, I will also be interested in getting a ride that would help us progress into Moto 2 for MotoGP eventually in the future. Oop, oop. And the bike just keeps doing this bucking and weaving. And yeah, there we go. Thought maybe we could salvage it by trying to do the long lap penalty, but we already crossed over the line, so it's not going to matter anyway. And this just rounds off. Oop. Another little excursion off track there. Yeah, this doesn't round off our season well, but overall I think we've been positive. We've finished in the top 10, which is the team's objective. Oop, oop. And in most races, bar the wet races, we've been able to be competitive and in the points. So hopefully we can continue that into the next season. Oh well, you win some, you win some, and you lose some more. But anyway, that's that for that. So let's see how that impacts the overall Riders' Championship. We're 8th in the Riders' Championship, so not too bad, but we want to be better. Alright, rewards. We did not manage to do the gear up, but we did get a reputation bonus. So we keep going up to a newcomer, which is pretty good overall. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content, and make sure you stay tuned for the next part of career modes, which will be a second season theoretically in Moto 3, sorry. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and check out the other videos we have here on the channel. And thank you guys for watching. It means a lot, and I'll see you on the next one.